Hello students, welcome to Chemistry Online classes. Students, thermodynamics lesson has been started. It is lecture second. In previous video, we have seen just introductory part. Whatever different thermodynamic terms are there, all that different terms we have discussed. Now students, in this video, we'll see next part which is related to internal energy. In previous video, already you have learned what is internal energy. Okay, so what is internal energy? The total energy possessed by a system. Okay, means that energy can be mechanical, electrical, chemical, all the energies together. Total energy possessed by a system is called as internal energy. And internal energy is indicated by symbol U. Up to this all we have seen. So today's topic start, it is related to internal energy in detail. Okay, only one topic. But yesterday we have discussed all the thermodynamic terms. Okay, system, types of system, surrounding, boundary and all. Then we discussed all thermodynamic processes. Okay, all the processes we have discussed. What is isothermal, isobaric, isochoric, adiabatic process. All the processes that are called as thermodynamic processes. That all we discussed. Students, there are two properties we have not covered. So let us first finish that two properties. So before writing this today's topic, yesterday's whatever thermodynamic terms are there, in that term add two properties. What is intensive property? And what are extensive properties? Okay, students. So the properties which do not depend upon amount or quantity of substance present in the system is called as intensive property. This property don't depend how much substance is present in the system. Whatever may be the amount or quantity of the substance, that type of property is called as intensive property. And the property which depends upon how much amount of substance, what quantity of substance present in the system, that is called as extensive property. Excuse me. Properties Okay, what did I write? Sisters. Properties which do not depend upon amount or quantity of substance present in the system is called as intensive properties. Students, here generally students, things are very easy. That's why confusion will be more. Which do not depend, that remember here intensive in spelling only N is there. So this not depend upon. Okay. Extensive property, what answer you will write for extensive properties? Of course, the properties which depends upon, exactly opposite to this. Both the terms are opposite. Okay. Properties which depends upon amount or quantity. Present in the system. Okay. So for understanding, let us take an example. Okay. Let us take example for intensive property first. Students, imagine that we are having, okay, we have to measure the temperature of water. Everybody has to imagine now. We have to measure the temperature of water. We are having thermometers. Okay, so if I have taken water, imagine that water is present in very hot water, present in big bucket. Okay, that bucket I have kept on the desk. You have to measure the temperature of that water. But what I did, along with that big bucket which is filled of hot water, I took some water in one glass and I kept aside. In small glass also I kept that water. Now you will measure the temperature of both. Of course the both temperatures will be same because I have taken same water in the glass. Okay, now see what happened. Temperature of the hot water, whether it is in bucket more quantity or temperature of hot water present in glass very less quantity, both temperature remain same. So temperature is such a property which do not depend upon how much amount is present. Whatever amount, whether the amount is very large or it is small quantity, independent of that, that is called as intensive property. Intensive spelling only N is there. Remember, this is the property which do not depend upon amount of substance present. Okay, let us take one more example. For example, density. We know that density of water is fixed. Okay, so density also do not depend upon how much quantity of water is there. Okay, take another example of viscosity. What is mean by viscosity? Viscosity, opposed to flow, resistance to flow is called as viscosity. For example, if I have taken water and oil, who flows easily? Water flows easily as compared to oil. So oil is viscous. Opposed to flow is called as viscosity. If I will take water and honey, okay, Jentupa. So who will flow fast? Of course water. Honey is not flowing. Why? It is opposing to flow. Opposed to flow is called as viscosity. So viscosity is also do not depend upon how much quantity is present. Okay, you take less quantity or more quantity, of course water will be less viscous and honey will be highly viscous. Okay, so these are some properties which do not depend upon quantity of substance present in the system. So let us write examples. Okay, example for intensive I will write. Temperature, viscosity, density. I hope you understood that temperature, viscosity, density. All these three parameters don't depend upon how much quantity of substance is present. Whatever may be the quantity, okay, temperature will remain same, viscosity, density will remain same. Now let us take an example of extensive property. It depends upon how much quantity is present. Of course, we can write the example of mass. For example, I am having two substances. One is more in quantity and one is less in quantity. Mass differs. Okay, more in quantity will have more mass. It will have more volume also. So I can write here volume also. It will have more number of moles also. Okay. So these are the quantity which depends upon how much amount of quantity is present. So these are called as extensive properties. Both definition as it is and in yesterday's part. And then let us start today's part, that is internal energy. So students, already I have told you that what is internal energy. So today's topic, whatever internal energy, now I have started just to go on understanding first. Thermodynamics lesson complete based on understanding, students. Lesson is new, terms are new. Then lesson is very short. Writing part very less, not much theory is there. But understanding part is much more. Okay, so keep on understanding, repeat the video and watch. Let us start with the topic internal energy. So you came to know that what is internal energy? All the energies possessed by the system is called as internal energy. For example, we are having water in a container. Then that water is our system. We are observing that, that is called as system. Whatever is a temperature of water, whatever is heat energy, chemical energy, electrical energy, all that together is its internal energy. Now calculation of internal energy, measurement of internal energy, absolute internal energy value is very impossible because internal energy is due to all the energies. Okay, so its calculation is very difficult. So actual absolute internal energy is never calculated. Always internal energy change is calculated. Students understand? Here I have written, it is impossible to determine absolute value for internal energy of a substance, and that's why what is calculated? Change in internal energy is calculated. Always its change is calculated. Now, change in internal energy takes place due to what? Okay, so let us write the things, go on understanding the topic. Change in internal energy is due to three things. Okay, first thing, work done on the system or by the system. Why internal energy changes, that I am telling you. Internal energy separately can't be measured. So what is measured? Change in internal energy is measured. Initial energy was how much? After doing work, how much energy is there? Difference is measured. Change in internal energy is always measured. Now internal energy changes due to what factors? Let us see. First thing, if work is done on the system or by the system. Okay, there are two types, always remember. Sometimes work is done on the system, sometimes work is done by the system. Now sign conventions also we are going to see, but that part we'll add later. Okay, now only understand internal energy part. I will tell you all the sign conventions and everything, how we'll move forward. So first, if work is done, then also internal energy changes. Generally after doing work, internal energy increases. If work is done on the system, then internal energy increases. Okay, next, first change in internal energy takes place due to work done. Then secondly, it is also possible that when there is change in internal energy, it is also due to heat passes into the system or out of the system. Heat passes inside the system or heat passes outside the system. Based on that also internal energy changes. Lastly, due to matter enters the system or matter leaves the system. 3 points understand. These are the 3 ways by which there is change in internal energy. Which 3 things I told you, students? If work is done on the system or by the system, internal energy changes. If heat passes into the system or out of the system, then change in internal energy takes place. If matter enters, for example, I am having one glass which is half filled, which all we are observing, that is now our system. If we'll add again hot water in that, matter enters the system, internal energy changes. If you will remove some water from the system, then also its internal energy changes. So third point is matter is entering in the system or matter is leaving the system. You are adding extra water in that or you are removing some water from the system. Based on that also its internal energy changes. Understanding? If hot water is filled in a container, much hot water is there. If you will remove some, then its internal energy is going to decrease because you are removing the matter. If you will add more, then if it is also hot, then its internal energy will increase. Like this, internal energy change takes place due to 3 things. So which are that 3 things? See correctly. First thing, if work is done on the system or by the system. On the system, by the system, differences, sign convention, that we'll see afterwards. On the system and by the system. Second, work. Second, heat is passing inside or heat is going from, heat passes into the system, means what, heat is passing from surrounding to the system, or heat is going out from system to the surrounding, that also changes the internal energy. And lastly, whether matter enters the system or matter is leaving the system. Okay, based on these three things, internal energy of a system changes. Now student, let us understand these three things in detail. First I will just teach you the things, then later on I will write the things, you take screenshot and write down the things. Students, this first write down intensive extensive properties. I will explain the things there. Okay. Here I will, students, first understand everything about internal energy, then writing part we will do afterwards. Now let us study these things in detail. So you understood internal energy changes due to which factors? Then due to three factors. Okay. Here major, let us understand change in internal energy due to work done. Okay. So first thing we will see in detail, A, see here, change in internal energy. Change in internal energy due to work done. Okay. Understand now how due to work done internal energy changes in detail we will see. Here we will write two ways. One way is by doing mechanical work. Now only understand, writing part again I will write afterwards. Second way, by doing electrical work. Now students, imagine change in internal energy due to work done. Work can be done in two ways. Either mechanical work has to be done or electrical work has to be done. Okay. So how to do mechanical work? Let us imagine you are having one thermos flask. In this thermos flask, imagine that here small paddles are there, and you will rotate the paddles, and then this thermos flask, whatever is filled with water. Thermos flask is filled with water. Imagine that initial temperature of water. What I am telling you, initial temperature. Initial temperature of water, imagine TA. Okay. Now we are going to perform work on the system. Which is our system? This is our thermos flask. Students, why I am taking thermos flask? What is speciality of thermos flask? Yesterday I have told you. It is a isolated system. Okay. Process is called as adiabatic process. Okay. Thermos flask has a special type of walls. The walls of thermos flask do not allow heat to go outside also, to go inside also. These type of walls are called as adiabatic walls. Getting? So thermos flask, because it has adiabatic walls. Students agree? Thermos flask is having what type of walls? Adiabatic walls. Now, Due to these walls, heat will not enter inside also, heat will not go from inside out also. Such a system we have taken. Initial temperature of water is TA and we are going to perform one mechanical work on this system. What mechanical work we will do? Their arrangement is done in such a way that so many paddles are there inside and will rotate the paddles. Due to rotation of paddles, water gets churned. Churning of water means what? Waves are created, or so many times water will be that paddles will strike the waters, that creates the waves in the water. That is called as churning of water. Okay. So which mechanical work we are doing? Here we are now doing mechanical work. What is mechanical work done? It is churning of water. Churning of water. Only understand now. Churning of water understanding, we are rotating the paddles and water is getting struck by the paddles repeatedly. Now due to this, what happens? Temperature of water increases. So initial temperature of water I have written TA. After performing mechanical work by doing churning of water, final temperature I am writing TB. And you can understand that always TB is greater than TA. Agree? Initial temperature TA. We perform work on the water. Which type of work? Mechanical work. After that, temperature of water of course increase. That temperature will call as TB. Of course, we came to know that TB is greater than TA. Then difference is how much? TB minus TA is equal to delta T. And this much change in internal energy takes place. Initial temperature, final temperature, what difference is there? That much internal energy of that system has been increased. Okay. So, you understood that delta T, this much temperature has been increased. That much internal energy change has occurred. Temperature has increased means internal energy has also increased. Now, this I have told you, we have done mechanical work. Students, even we can perform electrical work. Even we can perform electrical work. How to perform electrical work? By immersing a rod. Agree with me, students? So, work done is important. Whether you are doing mechanical work or you are doing electrical work, doesn't matter. Whichever type of work is done, of course, temperature of that water is going to increase. How is done electrical work? A rod is immersed. For example, same system is there. Instead of rotating paddles arrangement, we'll immerse a rod in it and that connect to electrical circuit and will pass the current. Okay, if we'll pass the current, temperature of water increases. So in electrical work also, initial temperature TA, final temperature TB, difference in temperature TB minus TA, that is delta T. So by both type of works done, finally what we got? We got that there is change in internal energy. What I am writing, see, there is change in internal energy delta U. U is the symbol for internal energy. Change, so delta. How much change in internal energy took place? Delta T. How much temperature is increased? That much. That is due to what? That is due to work done. So this is our conclusion. Okay, so what is our conclusion? Change in internal energy took place. How much temperature increased? That much. That is due to work done. Okay, let us move for second type. Heat passes into the system or out of the system. Students, of course we know that due to heat, if heat is going inside the system, its temperature will increase, its internal energy increases. But if heat is passing out, then its internal energy will decrease. Now here, in case of heat. Can you make use of thermos flask? No, because heat should go inside also, heat should go outside also. Thermos flask is having which type of walls? Adiabatic walls. Names go on remembering. Questions will be asked. Nobody will ask you this all explanation whatever I am teaching. This is all understanding part. What type of questions will be asked, that also we are going to discuss after finishing this topic. So just go on listening, go on remembering the exact terms wherever necessary. Two types of walls will be there. Always walls will be of two types. One type of walls will be thermally conducting walls. Thermally conducting walls. Okay, somewhere upside write down. If you can't remember, walls are of two types. Metals, all metals are good conductors, that are called as thermally conducting walls. Second type of walls are insulating walls or non-conducting walls. For that type of walls in thermodynamics called as adiabatic walls. Who is having adiabatic walls? Thermos flask is having. Okay. Let us move towards how to see heat passes into the system or heat is passing out. Now let us see here. We have seen A part. Now let us see B part. What is B part? Heat passes in or out. To understand this, here also let us perform an experiment. Let us imagine that we are having one heat reservoir. Whatever I have drawn, that is heat reservoir. Heat reservoir filled with water, very hot water. Heat reservoir filled with hot water. Okay, let us understand the things. Now, if heat is going inside or outside, we'll perform an experiment. Let us take an water bath, or we'll call it as heat reservoir. Okay, a source of heat. Okay, hot water is there, so it is a source of heat for us. Let us put one copper vessel containing water in that. Okay, what I am putting here, sisters, I will put one. This is our copper vessel filled with water. Okay, copper vessel filled with water will keep in that heat reservoir. Here also, students, you can say that initial temperature TA. Which temperature? Initial temperature of water present in the copper vessel. Copper vessel we are observing here. Copper vessel is our system. Understanding? Copper vessel is our system. Now, whatever water is present inside the copper vessel initially, so initial temperature of that water will imagine as TA. After dipping that copper vessel in heat reservoir has hot water. So copper vessel is having what type of walls? Why I am saying copper? Because copper is a very good conductor of heat. So copper passes heat, very good conductor. So it allows heat to pass through it. Hot water heat will be absorbed by copper vessel, and that's why initial water's temperature will increase. Agree? If we'll dip copper vessel, we'll keep copper vessel in that heat reservoir. Outside water is hot. That hot water's heat will be absorbed by copper vessel, and that's why inside copper vessel whatever water is there, its temperature will increase. So what I am writing, initial temperature TA, final temperature whose water in copper vessel. Final temperature TB. We know that TB is greater than TA. This is change in delta T means how can we say TB minus TA. So here also change in internal energy is due to change in temperature is equal to heat. Heat is indicated by symbol Q. Heat has always symbol Q. Students, here I will write change in internal energy symbol delta U, work done symbol W, heat symbol Q. Okay, symbols go on understanding. Heat symbol is always Q. So I hope student you understood this. Once again I will revise the things. So internal energy changes due to these three things. Out of that, work can be mechanical work or it can be electrical work. Whatever type of work is done, that time initial temperature, final temperature will be more, and that's why change in temperature will be there, that is work done. Okay. In case of heat also same experiment we have performed and you came to know about the things very well. Now writing part I will do. First here all things understand. Internal energy change due to work done. Internal energy change due to heat. Work done W. Heat is Q. Okay. In both cases final temperature will be more. So delta T. Here what is very necessary, students, understand that whether it is work done or it is heat, in both cases there is change in temperature, then only internal energy is changing. So one fact now we conclude that internal energy always changes when there is change in temperature. Okay, so if temperature is constant, for example isothermal process, no change in internal energy, because for internal energy change there must be a change in temperature. Here also by work done also we have seen that, by heat also we have seen that. So whenever problems we have to solve, that thing they will say isothermal, one word will be used. Isothermal meaning you should understand that okay, the process is isothermal, means temperature is constant. If temperature is constant, means there is no change in internal energy, because change in internal energy can be due to work done or heat, and in both cases there must be change in temperature. So always remember onwards friend, note down somewhere. If it is if it is isothermal, temperature is constant, that is delta T is equal to 0 and delta U also 0. Okay. So let us write down this part. Yes friends, write the things properly. Once again I will tell the things. See here, today's topic we started with internal energy. Internal energy changes due to three things. Okay. Now let us see first thing in detail. Change in internal energy due to work done. Everything I taught that I have written properly. Understand the things. Change in internal energy due to work done. Okay. Work can be electrical work or it can be mechanical work. Both type of work. Whichever type of work, internal energy changes. So let us write the things one by one. So here I have written under work done, one way and second way. One way I have done mechanical type of work. Let us see the things. Let us take some water in thermos flask. Thermos flask speciality is what? This would not allow exchange of heat between system and surrounding. Because what type of walls are there for thermos flask? Always remember non-conducting walls or insulating walls, or for that type of walls we are going to call as adiabatic walls. Then do some mechanical works here. Do some mechanical work. How? By rotating the paddles. How and all in diagram I have shown. It is called as churning of water. Okay, churning of water means putting that rotating that paddles will churn the water, will create the waves in the water. That is called as churning of water. Initial temperature TA changes to TB. TB is greater than TA. So change in temperature is delta T and change in internal energy is delta U. What is second way? Do electrical work. What is written for second way here? Now do an equal amount of electrical work. How it is done? By immersing a rod in water. Electrical work is done by putting a rod in that water. Okay. Then current is passed, then temperature of water increases. It is seen that change in temperature is same as earlier. Whatever was here, same changes takes place. So here also we'll consider final temperature TB, initial temperature TA, and change in temperature as delta T. So change in internal energy, what can we say? Change in internal energy is equal to change in temperature is equal to work done. Okay, understood this? Let us move towards second. What is that? Heat passes. Change in internal energy due to heat. Change in internal energy due to heat. What happens to heat? Either heat enters inside or heat will go out of the system. And for heat passing inside or outside, walls must be thermally conducting walls. How words I am using? Remember students. The walls you should call as thermally conducting walls. Who is having thermally conducting wall? All the metals are good conductors, so they are having thermally conducting walls. Out of that, copper is the best. That's why in electrical wires, always inside electrical wires, you can see copper wires will be present because it is a very good conductor of heat. So what I have written here, change in internal energy due to heat. Heat symbol, students remember, heat is always indicated by symbol Q. Change in internal energy can be by transfer of heat. Take water at temperature TA in copper vessel. Whatever water is there inside copper vessel, its temperature is TA. Keep that copper vessel in heat reservoir. The water present in heat reservoir is hot. Imagine its temperature as TB. So copper vessel inside water will absorb heat from the heat reservoir's water. How much heat it will absorb? Till the TA becomes equal to TB. Okay. So here written, take water at temperature TA in copper vessel. Keep it in heat reservoir having temperature TB. Water will absorb heat Q from reservoir. Heat absorb is TB minus TA. So here also change in internal energy is equal to delta T is equal to why change in temperature is there? Due to Q, heat. So here it is due to W, here it is due to Q. Imagine students that we are having one system in which work is also done and heat transfer also took place. Okay, if only work done, this is our mathematical form. If heat transfer took place, we can write like this. But if work is done and heat is also transferred, then how can you write this, students? Here, when work is done and heat is also transferred, then change in internal energy delta U is equal to W plus Q. Okay, as it is, remember, delta U is equal to W plus Q. Okay, when both things have been done. Okay, now in problem, if mentioned matter enters or leaves the system, then only consider the matter. If not, we should not consider it. Okay. Now, so you got this final formula of change in internal energy is equal to W plus Q. This is mathematical form for first law of thermodynamics. Thermodynamics has total 3 laws. Okay. First law, second law, third law. Slowly we will go on learning all these 3 laws. This is what is first law of thermodynamics. So, let us move towards first law of thermodynamics. What it states, mathematical form, write down. This is mathematical form for first law. Take screenshot, write the things properly. Yes, friends. So, first law of thermodynamics, let us start. What is first law of thermodynamics? Statement, its mathematical form. Okay. So previous topic is over. I hope you understood the topic. Listen the video twice because things are totally new for you. But understand the things and write the things exactly. Okay, whatever extra points I am telling orally, that also go on adding the points. Let us start with first law of thermodynamics. Just now we have seen the mathematical form for first law of thermodynamics. What the law states? First law states that energy can neither be created nor be destroyed it can be just transformed from one form to another. Already you will be knowing this form. Means what this tells that we cannot create energy newly, we cannot destroy the energy, only conversion of energy is possible. Energy can only be transformed from one to another form. Chemical to electrical, electrical to chemical, whatever other forms of energy are there, it can be only transformed. This is first law of thermodynamics. But in terms of thermodynamics, if you have to tell, already you know this first statement. You can also state that energy of an isolated system always remains constant. Isolated system is what, students? Already in first video I have told you 3 types of systems are there: open, closed and isolated system. Isolated system is such a system in which neither matter is exchanged nor energy is exchanged. No exchange takes place. Matter also don't exchange. Heat exchange is also not possible. Example for isolated system, we have seen the best example of thermos flask. Okay, their matter also not exchanged because it is closed, and heat also not expressed because the walls are non-conducting walls or adiabatic walls. Okay, so that we can say that if isolated system is there, then energy always remains constant because there is no loss of energy. Okay, so any of the statement you can write for first law of thermodynamics. Energy of an isolated system is always constant. Okay, isolated system means thermos flask. Example, remember. Okay, it is one of the type of system: open, close, isolated system. Okay, so listen the videos in sequence and read the things, then only next video you will understand, at least for this lesson, because things are new for you, not at all difficult, only new for you. Let us see its mathematical form, which we wrote just now. Change in internal energy can be due to two main reasons. Of course, third reason is their matter, but when that happens, that time only you have to consider. Change in internal energy is due to which two main reasons? If work is done and if heat. Work can be done on the system or by the system. Q. Heat can go inside the system or heat can pass outside the system. Means heat can go from surrounding to the system or heat can go from system to the surrounding. That is called as transfer of heat. So change in internal energy delta U can be due to two reasons: due to work done and due to heat. Okay, so this is only when both are done. If work is also done and heat is also transferred, then change in internal energy is equal to W plus Q. This is the mathematical form for first law of thermodynamics. Here what is delta U? Change in internal energy. W means work done and Q means heat gained or lost. So student, here again a 2 marks important question. Put a star. State first law of thermodynamics. Again important kind of question. Write its mathematical form. Very important. Okay. Delta U is equal to W plus Q. Student, here again question can be asked little differently. What is mathematical form for first law of thermodynamics? Then you should write this answer. If they will ask for isothermal process, for adiabatic process, then answer changes. So same thing we'll write here. Mathematical form for first law. But for adiabatic process, if they will mention the process, then you should exactly write the answer. For adiabatic process, what happens? Or they may ask you for isothermal process. Okay. What change will take place in mathematical form? Let us understand. For adiabatic process, first thing you should be knowing what is adiabatic process. Adiabatic process means no heat transfer takes place. Okay. All thermodynamic processes are discussed in first video. So meaning of adiabatic process: a process in which no heat transfer takes place. No heat transfer takes place, so you can say that Q is equal to 0. Heat symbol is Q is equal to 0. So what can you write mathematical form? Therefore, actual mathematical form is delta U is equal to W plus Q. We can write delta U is equal to W plus 0. Okay. So your answer should be delta U is equal to W. This should be your answer. Delta U is equal to W for adiabatic process. If they will ask only for first law, this is statement. For adiabatic process, no heat transfer, so Q 0. So your answer should be this. For isothermal process, what happens? Let us understand. Isothermal process means what? A process during which temperature remains constant. Temperature remains constant. Keep. As there is no change in temperature, internal energy also does not change. Just now I have told you, because in change in internal energy, we have seen that delta U is equal to delta T is equal to W also is equal to Q also. Whether change in internal energy is due to work done or heat transfer, there must be change in temperature. And in isothermal process, there is no change in temperature. Temperature remains constant. Statement very important. As there is no change in temperature, internal energy also does not change. Therefore, what happens? Let us see now. Delta T is 0, change. Therefore, delta U also 0. Understood? Change in temperature not there, so change in internal energy also not there. Therefore, what can we write? Mathematical form delta U is equal to W plus Q. We know this is first law of thermodynamics. But delta U is 0. So you can write that Q is equal to minus W. Okay, this answer is expected from you for, okay, yes friends. So first law of thermodynamics, what questions will be asked? First question, state first law of thermodynamics, write its mathematical form. If general mathematical form is asked, you should write this. Write its mathematical form for adiabatic process, this should be your answer. Write its mathematical form for isothermal process, this should be your answer. Okay, write the things exactly, perfectly. Let us see you with sign conventions and what type of words are there, and some mathematical problems are there. Okay, let us see it. Yes students, so let us only write down the two terms. What type of walls will be there? Already in video repeatedly I am telling you, but mention it somewhere. Two types of walls will be there. Thermally conducting walls. Opposite you should call the walls as adiabatic walls. What do you mean by adiabatic walls? Insulating walls or non-conducting walls are called as adiabatic wall. For example, the walls of thermos flask are adiabatic type of walls. Then sign conventions go on, write down. If heat is absorbed, already you know that endothermic process, heat is absorbed, that then heat symbol is Q. Okay, if heat is absorbed means it should be positive. Heat is absorbed means what? Heat is going from surrounding to the system. Heat is absorbed. That time heat must be positive. Considered as positive sign should be given. Heat is given out. What do you mean by heat is given out? Heat is going from system to the surrounding. That time sign should be given negative. Next, work is done on the system or work is done by the system. Always remember, work done on the system is positive. Work done by the system will be negative. So signs gone. Remembering, students don't confuse because the things are exactly opposite in physics. So chemistry point of view only understand here. Okay, in physics if you will say this signs will be opposite, meaning will be same, only sign conventions are different. So chemistry, restrict to chemistry only, we are running according to NCERT textbook. Okay, so according to that only sign conventions you have to go on remembering. So whenever work is done on the system, it must be positive, and whenever work is done by the system, that time it is negative. How and all we'll see in next part. Let us meet you in next video.